back to What If I Was in Perfect Naruto Part 3. Let's get into this. So, with Team 7 training a lot, doing some really good sparring, which helps improve their skill. Oh yeah, I forgot to give Sakura's dad a new nickname. The leaves soaring bird. Soaring eagle. Sakura's dad is called the leaf soaring eagle because one, he has a Kekkei Genkai, and his Kekkei Genkai allows him to fly. Well, it's not really Kekkei Genkai, it's actually him manipulating his chakra to let him move in the air. He can basically fly at maximum speeds. So then, Hashi says we have a special guest to help you guys train and improve your strengths. And it's Sakura's dad. And he says that he's going to teach them all how to fly. Christian says that sounds pretty broken. And he says, just do it. A couple of days later, they finally all master how to fly. They can all float and fly. So now they can do air sparring, which means they don't have to destroy the ground around. They can just fight in the air. Christian and Sakuko are fighting in the air, going. Well, Naruto and Sasuke are sparring, and so are Kiyomi and Sakura. They're going. They're like doing a freaking Dragon Ball Z fight. They're not even appearing. They're just going boom, 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 boom. They're having an insane Dragon Ball Z fight. Going. Actually, no, a Dragon Ball Super fight. Actually, it's like Goku versus Jiren out here. Christian appears behind. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. We can smell your intention. Oh yeah, so I forgot to mention. Christian does not have the Karma Seal or the Jogan. He does have the Ushiogan, but this Ushiogan actually levels in stages. It'll evolve into a Rinnegan eventually, but a Ushio Rinnegan, which is a orange Rinnegan. It'll basically grow and grow and grow throughout his eye. So every time he experiences something traumatic, another ring will be put around his eye. Another ring will be put in the pupil, because he starts off with one. He's sparring with Sakuko as they go. Christian goes, I won't lose, as his eyes turn orange, as there's a ring around one. It's not like the whole eye is like that. If you know, like, it's like a spinny thing. It's just like a ring inside the, like, right outside of the pupil. As they're going, Christian is actually bodying him now. I mean, screwed. Boruto doesn't actually have any jutsu. He just has the Jogan, and that's all. So I want to say Christian does have the Jogan, but he doesn't have the Karma Seal, because the Karma Seal he doesn't need. Which actually makes him much more skilled. He lands a punch right in Sakuko's face, awakening his Jogan. He goes, boom! I'm trying to think of more Kekkei Genkai. I really am. Okay, fine, I finally thought of one. Dang it. I remember, I'm bringing back the Alright guys, we're bringing back the Ultimagon. It's a new Dojutsu. It's my own Dojutsu, which is basically one eye, your pupil goes away, and it's basically like the Hyuga eyes, but they're both red. One side's red and the other side's blue. And they represent your powers. Your chakra natures are increased by a lot. Your speed and stuff also increases. So basically, he's basically got Hinata's eyes, but they're a little bit bigger, and they're they're blue and red. It's like a shady blue, which means like it's a little bit of blue on it and a little bit of red. Actually, there's a lot. Christian finally awakens it and then blitzes Sakuko. He's right in his face and goes. Sakuko goes. Christian goes. As Sakuko falls right to the ground, and Christian lands right behind him and backhandles him, creating a humongous crater in the ground. He goes, ugh. Christian appears right next to him, smacks him into a tree. He goes, ugh, as he's really starting to get hurt. Christian appears again, whacking him even farther. He goes, boom, boom, boom. It's kind of like Sasuke being thrown around like a rag doll by Naruto. It's kind of like that. Christian again kicks him, knocking him through through hundreds of trees. Tens of 20s of trees. He goes, Christian blitzes right behind him and smacks him forward again as he lands, going, I can't. He can't do anything, so then he flies and does and for me, I'm just waiting. As he tries to backflip, but then his back cracks, which makes him fall. Christian puts his hand up, holding him, then ready to shoot a blast. Ready to throw him into the sky. He goes, but then his neck chopped as he drops him. Sakura, who learned medical ninjutsu from her mom, starts to use it, healing up all of them, going as Kushina's cheering them on and stops any fight with her rage, kind of. And Minato's doing work, of course. Fugaku's just managing the clan, as while Sakura's mom is sometimes healing them, she also is healing Kushina's also healing them as well, along with Mikito, because they all know medical ninjutsu since they were on the same squad. And they all learn, and they're also preparing the food. So it's mostly Sakura's mom, who's the best on the team with medical ninjutsu, who is healing them all, while Kushina and Mikito are all cooking. While the battles go. Sakura's mom is pretty worried, saying that was a little too far of an attack, and they don't know. And Kakashi says that he doesn't know what the hell that was. Sakumo says he doesn't know what that was either. Misaki, who Sakura's mom, says that's pretty weird. They're trying to look at his eye, but his, of course, eyes are closed. When Christian and Sakuko wake up, Christian's eyes are red and blue, with no pupil. He goes, Kakashi says, I see it. Christian goes, you see what? As then it fades away, and just his eye go back to normal. And he goes, what the hell was that? I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, forget what I said. His eyes just got a little bit, his eyes are like a shade of blue, have a shade of white in them, along with red and blue in them. I wish I could show you what I meant. He's basically, if you know what if Anime X was in Naruto, oh that, you know what, screw it, I'm not going over that. So look, if you look at his eyes, his pupil is like where is it? His pupil is like, it has a white shade to it, but it also is mostly red, along with the pupil. Dang it, why do I keep on forgetting the image? God. Alright, whatever, let's just get back on this. So the the ultimate gun is a pretty strong dojutsu with the abilities to increase their opponent's speed, the user's speed, slow down their opponents, lightning can flare out of the eyes, and yeah, it basically boosts their strength, speed, and all that crap. We don't really know the limits of the dojutsu because that was a quick one. So, this is just a dojutsu that doesn't need like a flashy Susanoo or some crap. It doesn't need to rely on that. I'm surprised we also haven't seen a black Susanoo in the series yet. Maybe that'll be Sarada's. Or maybe if Sarada and Boruto have a child and it gets like half Byakugan and maybe like half Jogan and half Sharingan, it might evolve into like a black one. Not gonna lie, that'd be pretty cool. Also, I'm pretty sure in this series we're gonna see our first female Susanoo, and we're gonna see what that looks like, because there might be a difference, but there also might not be. We all know, people are gonna guess that her Susanoo is gonna be red, because Itachi's was orange. It's gonna either be red or pink. I don't know, it has a chance to be black too, because her hair's black. I mean, all Uchiha's hairs are black, except for Sarada, because there's not a new Uchiha. We don't really know if Migito's a real Uchiha. I don't know. Whatever. So with this, when their training's done, it's time for the Land of Waves arc. Krishna is not even close to being able to master his ultimate gun, as he's pretty diverse with his jutsu. Oh yeah, what inspired me to make this what if is because I was watching a cool AMV and I was like, damn, I could make Sakura non-Yusuf if I use those parents. Actually, you know what? No, he would have no correlation to the Uzumaki family, actually. He's not related to them. Screw it. His name's Christian Ultima. He's not related to Naruto. Nothing. He's from the Ultima clan, which is a dead clan. The entire clan's been dead. He's a sad kid with, like, if you know Kageyama's hair, it's kind of like that, but way thicker, and it goes down more. And it's like, it's like a bluish black color. And he doesn't really like, and he's probably the shortest on the team. A little bit shorter than Naruto. And he always wears a cool jacket, which usually fits his personality, because I don't really want to put him like that and make him the fourth Hokage son and all that crap. With this, I'll explain the ultimate abilities when he actually awakens it. as it's time for them to get going. They head on the Land of Waves arc with their one sensei, and they can all fly, so Kakashi's got Tazen on his back, even though Tazen is pretty heavy probably. My dude's chunky. So Kakashi just grabs his arm and he's like, "Let me down! Can we please go down? My arm's gonna get dislocated if this happens." He goes fine as he drops Tazuna from a high distance, and then he appears right next to Tazuna, grabbing his arm again, saying, "Done," as he drops Tazuna for real, as Tazuna just lands on the ground going, "How can you guys even fly?" Christian says, "It's pretty easy," as they're just floating, going, as Christian says, "Duck." He says, they're like, "What?" He says, "Duck!" As everyone gets down, but he flies above it, going, as he actually lands and claps his hands around the blade, catching it, going, "Whoa!" as his arms almost pulled off with the power. As he catches it and then throws it right back to where it came from. As it lands on the tree, and then Zabuza stands on it, going, boom. Christian goes, "What the hell?" As he goes, "Theta! Great wind stream!" As all the fog is blown away. He goes, "Ah!" Everyone's like, "We can see again," but then Zabuza goes for a hit of this jutsu. Christian says, "Sakura, now!" She goes, "Cha!" as she poofed into a shadow clone. As she punches the ground, which creates a humongous explosion and actually hit Zabuza on the face with the connect. Kiyomi goes, "Fire style, great fireball!" Lightning style, lightning clapper! I'm kidding. Lightning palm! With a palm strike, knocks back. He goes, "Whoa." Christian goes, "Water style, surging wave!" No, he goes, "Water style, wave surge!" As then water goes spewing out as he goes, "Now, lightning style, thunderclap!" As it electrocutes and then electrocutes him. As it electrocutes Zabuza, who cuts it in half, going, "Ugh!" Then activates Demon Hunter and is about to cut Christian in half. But then Christian, in a straight, and in a panic situation, his eyes turn into the Ultimagon, as an orb appears in his hand, and then a beam shoots out from his hand, his left hand, as it burns Zabuza's sword. As a blue beam comes from his hand. If you know Kawaki's beam, it's basically that but blue. As he goes, Zabuza goes, as his beam is crushed. As Christian punches him in the face, then goes, as he puts both of his hands together in like a Masenko and goes, as that beam comes straight down and cuts off Zabuza's and blasts off Zabuza's arm. Sakuko goes, "Snipe shot!" Boom! And a bullet comes right through Zabuza's chest, almost killing him. Sasuke goes, "Ah!" and lightning palms him. Christian goes, as he burned off, as then Sakuko appears behind him saying, "Hey buddy," as he shoots off his head. His head almost falls off, as his head is literally almost decapitated. He's got a tiny bit of skin left that's gonna make his head fall off. Naruto goes, "Ah! Kagebushi barrage!" as they kick him into the sky. Zabuza's head's ready to fall off. As Christian says, "Keep his head on! We don't want to be disgusted on our first mission!" As he seals up Zabuza's head back onto his normal thing, as Christian cuts off his lower body. As Naruto kicks his other half in the sky, and Sasuke and him both use Wind Style and Fire Style to annihilate the top part of his body, and Christian and Kiyomi use Wind Style and Fire Style to obliterate the bottom part of the body. As they go, "Ah!" As Sakuko and Sakura cleaned it up using Water Styles, they go, as they're ready. As they complete the mission, when they bring Tazuna, then they leave. No, come here, buddy. Come on, shut up. Naruto wouldn't have released the Kyuubi's power in this timeline, so Seal wouldn't have gone weakened. let's get back into this. So Christian would jump in the air going, we did it! As when they get back, they get their pays, then they walk home. As Christian jumps away, as he sits on top of a building going, I wish I had a house, but I can't buy any food because I need to save up so I can at least buy an apartment room for at least a month. As he sits on top, as he looks terrible in the morning, when he goes and instantly heads to the lake as he can clean off his hair, because he actually made his own puddle by putting some cement all around like a ditch, and then he put some water style in it, and then can easily clean. As he washes his hair going, I look worse every day. Wow. Yeah. I'll go get it. Alright guys, welcome back. So, with this, he'd basically go in saying, and after their daily training and their mission, Naruto and Sakura and Sasuke and Kiyomi and Sakuko look at Christian saying that he hasn't talked to this entire time. And he doesn't look too good. Then they decide, they're gonna follow him. Of course, it's only Kiyomi, Sasuke, Sakura, Naruto, and Sakuko, along with Kakashi, knows what they're doing and wants to see what's up. As when they walked, they see that he says, as he jumps up and then lays down, going on top of a building. As there's also a sign up there that says home. As they see that he's not, as then they look, saying, that's his home? Naruto says he lives inside the apartment? Sakura punches his head, saying, idiot, no he doesn't. He probably lives on the roof since he probably can't afford it. And I could see he doesn't really have a family. And as then Sakura smiles, saying, we should do something good for him. And maybe leaves like some bread and some butter and maybe we can all decide to give him one piece of food, give him some food. Because that training every day, he doesn't even look like he's eaten. He says, we'll do it later, we'll do it the next day, when we find out what he does in the morning. Because how is he gonna... So when they do this, they go to sleep and then they instantly go back and they see that he's still sleeping. So when he wakes up, he jumps away. As you see him go to a little place, as he says, water style refill. As he dumps his head, going, another day of misery and annoying training. Why did I even bother? As he pulls out an axe. What? I don't know, she just wanted to sit on the porch. No, she just said she wanted to go there for a little bit to rest. Now I'm going to go back to recording. this Sasuke design. He's looking mad. So with this, he pulls out next and they say, is he gonna hurt someone? But then they say that he's trying to chop down a tree, but he's too weak, as he faints. As Sakura says, we have to do it. As she says, today, go get something from your house that's maybe something that he can eat, that doesn't take up that won't your parents get mad for. And maybe leave a little money behind, so then he'll be at least able to do something. And then she says, that axe also looks like it's made of wood. So they do that. And when he comes to his apparent house, he smiles and starts to have a little tear in his eyes, happily that his friends are actually helping. As he eats it, a little bit of it, also drinks the lemonades, one lemonade. Then he also goes and buys a new axe and a sword that'll help him cut down trees to make his own little cabin. As he goes, ah, shing, 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 as he cuts down 20 trees. Shing. But it's taking too long. His axe and his wooden axe already broke, so he could submit a file for a mission. So he asks the Hokage if he can submit his own mission. And the Hokage says, what do you need? And he says he needs help cutting down trees. And he says, and he asks if he can have tons of people help, like maybe all the getting 9. He says sure, as he calls in all of them, as Krishna walks out, until the Hokage calls him to tell them that they're here. As they're all here, and Sakura says, where's Krishna? Isn't he here supposed to be for the mission? And he says, he can't. As he says, alright, the guest is coming. As Krishna opens the door saying, hi, and thank you, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Sakuko, and Kiyomi. He says, you made a fake mission? Kiba yells, as he grabs his shirt, and the Hokage says, no, you're actually going to be helping him. He actually submitted this own mission for help. And he says, what could he possibly need help for? Kiba barks. But he says, helping him chop down wood, because he can't do this all by himself. As he says, come on, I'll show you to my house. And he already paid for the mission, even though he used all that money to pay for the mission, so he could at least have a house that he doesn't need to pay rent for. As they help, but then Hinata and Hina is your sister. As Hinata goes, Christian, what's this blue thing? What's this blue paper? What's this blueprint for? He goes, that's the blueprint for my house, Hinata. I'm building one. He goes, Kiba's chopping down tons of trees along with Sasuke and Sakura and Naruto and all of them. When Christian returns, he sees that there's so much stuff there, and Hinata even told them to build the house, since, yeah. So with this, when he returns, he sees that there's literally torches on his house, kind of, like inside his world to give him light, and he says, thank you, with a smile, and Sakura and Naruto say, no problem. As he goes, well, if you guys bring some food over, I can cook for you all, since it is pretty late. They go, sure, as they get the food, and then he cooks it up, going, Naruto says, have you ever thought of becoming a cook? He goes, I don't want other people to take credit for my food. Mozzarella sticks. Mozzarella.
Right?
Can I just have like a big one?
I don't know if they have fries.
So with this, he'd cook it all, saying, here you go guys, there's your food. As I'm eating mine right now. As he just gobbles it down, going, it's curry. As when they say seconds, he goes, okay, here you go. As he goes, thank you all again, as they say, no problem. As they walk away, he smiles, saying, I have amazing friends. Kiba says, that was a pretty easy mission. Saucy says, it was just a helping out mission. And at least we benefited a friend. Kiba says, Kiyomi, you want to go down today? She goes, no, dog breath, I don't. He goes, ah. They all start laughing for fun, along with Kiba also laughing in, and they are not laughing at him, they're laughing with him. As they're going, is that